wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball, man. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum, all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tanks. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tanks. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was homeless, sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tanks. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tanks. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back. Ooh. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back. Hello. The jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get. Too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back. Ooh. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Snowflake the medallion. The skin on cappuccino.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Check 55, Mike.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Mike 54. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Check, 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 check.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. There. Under 10, under 10.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Mike 54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. He's checking. Crash.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Mike 54. It's been a long day for you. Check 50. Check 50. Kill. Hatchet. 18. Check 99.
On second down, here's Penny pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go, D. Get him.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Linval Joseph able to record his 5th sack of the season. Fourth down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Pilot, 64, weak. He's coming, double up. Hey, Steamer. He's coming, double up. Kill.
Cousins to throw it. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating.
And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
SOS. Kill. Turn it up.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Penny on the counter. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Mike 5-4. Check 13.
On first down, it's Carson. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Check down. Switch. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On third down, Carson, and he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
For us Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They go read option with Wilson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Break. 54 Mike. Watch one. Hold up. Go 14.
They go play action with Wilson, sliding out of the pocket. And it's caught. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Watch the block. He's coming. We got double up. Whip.
Here's Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They start the drive with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check, check. Lucky. Check. Turn the line out. Move. Where's the hot?
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Watch the run. Two.
Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down.
A gain of 15.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 48-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Two. Black. Here we go. Hot.
Now Cook running right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
It brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Yo, lead up, 48. Back. Set first. Black. Bingo. 25. Check 25.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now Cousins on 4th down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, here's the run with Cook. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On second down, Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
We want it. Come to my world. Check the backer, check the backer. Hey. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Tight dog. Hey, Ringo 48.
They go play action. Cousins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't.
Try to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Slam.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Come on. Slam.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Starting the third quarter with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Cousins. And Diggs has it. 11 yards there, first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Under 666, pull it high. He's checking. Crash.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch QB drop. Check 30.
Throwing is Cousins. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Man up, Two.
X3, 218, chop it. Good routes here.
Smoke.
Gun.
Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
3rd and long.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Protein spill.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A 1st down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
Kill.
They run, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Check 13. Switch it. Your trip is here, baby.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the score. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he'll wind wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
57 to Mike.
To throw is Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Check!
Lucky 48.
He's coming. We got double.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Lucky 50.
Get wide.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And his pass incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, now he'll let it go deep right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Yellow. Hey, Delta.
Mike's 50.
Gun.
Woo-hoo. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Throwing, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
50. 300. 5.
Check.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Alert 3. Alert 3.
Quaker Omaha.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Here's Wilson to throw. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Switch. Check 24.
Alert. Back.
Safe.
Touch 50.
Play action. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Brings up third down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Now it's Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though,
quick strip, the ball's out. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
You got three down.
Hold.
55.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. On first down, Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cousins to throw it. The left side caught by Diggs. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 11 brings up 3rd and inches.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback, able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? And in the 4th quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Well, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Vikings, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Seattle.
Ladies and gentlemen,